Overwatch is an immensely popular, hero-based first-person shooter that was published by Blizzard in mid-2016. With millions of copies already sold on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4, it's no secret that the magic formula that has made Overwatch such a great success lies in its diverse hero cast and their easily recognizable abilities that go along with them. With all the options and abilities in the game, there's bound to be a few occasionally obnoxious or generally just annoying ones mixed in. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Delvige, and today I want to share in some of the frustration that each and every single one of us share while playing Overwatch. Yes, I'm bringing you 5 of the most annoying abilities in the game, and on top of that, I'm going to be giving you some ways on how to best avoid these abilities in game, so let's get into it. So, number 5, first off, we have Hanzo's Scatter Arrow. Don't you just love the feeling like you outplayed an enemy Hanzo by ducking into cover, only to witness your infuriating death by what seems like homing arrows bouncing off walls straight for you? Yeah, me too. Don't get me wrong, it can be very fun to one-shot people with a well-placed scatter arrow yourself, but it seems like whenever you face an enemy Hanzo, you're swearing they're using some type of aimbot even though you really know they're not. The best way to avoid being killed by the scatter arrow is to keep your distance and continually move in an unpredictable way. This will make it much harder for the enemy Hanzo to hit his shots, but also discourage him from using his scatter arrow ability on you, since there's less of a chance that most of the arrows will hit you while you're moving. If you're up close with the Hanzo, again, try to stay on the move at all times. This means there's a greater chance of him missing his scatter arrow and giving you more time to finish him off yourself. Coming in at number 4, we have Roadhog's Chain Hook. Getting hooked around corners and across the map by Roadhog is not only rage-inducing, but it gives you a feeling of hopelessness that few other abilities in the game can achieve. It seems like the hitbox for his chain is a bit wonky right now, and you can pretty much kiss yourself goodbye if you find yourself hooked with 200 health or less. In order to avoid being hooked by Roadhog, again, you need to be constantly moving. This will make it a lot harder for Roadhog to catch you, pull you in, and give you a big fat shotgun melee combo to the face. Another valid option is by keeping your distance. While the chain does seem to have an extremely long range, it is still possible to outrange it. This will pretty much render Roadhog useless against you because his scrap gun is really only effective at close range anyways. Coming in at number 3, we have Mccree's Flashbang. Even with the recent nerf to Overwatch's Cowboy, Mccree can still be very frustrating to deal with. The notorious Flashbang Fan the Hammer combo can still take out most heroes in the game with the exception of tanks in one blow. While the damage nerf definitely helped out things a little bit, it's still very easy to get stunned and insta-killed if you're not careful. What you need to do when you see an enemy Mccree is keep your distance the best you can. The Flashbang can only stun you at a very close range, and the Fan the Hammer is only accurate at a very close range, so like I said, the answer is simple, just keep your distance the best you can. Mccree can still shoot you at a long distance, but his damage falloff makes it easier to escape if you're at low health, and most other ranged attacks outperform Mccree at this range either in raw damage or reliability. Coming in at number 2 is Mei's Ice Wall. You know you can't have a video on things that annoy you in Overwatch without including the Ice Queen herself. While it is true that Mei is bae, it doesn't excuse the fact that her ice wall is extremely aggravating. Enemy Mei seem to place their ice wall in the worst possible positions, I swear. This being a lot of the time when you or your teammate had just used an ultimate, rendering it useless. But it's not always when there's a Mei on the enemy team though. Her ice wall can be purposely placed to block you and your team's path forward by a friendly troll. Not to mention that having an ice wall placed right at the spawn door during the start of the game is one of the most fun experiences you can have while playing Overwatch. Get the sarcasm? So yeah, unfortunately there's not a whole lot you can do to avoid the ice wall itself. I do find that a lot of people tend to fire into the wall due to frustration, and that doesn't really accomplish anything unless you're a Bastion. Your best option most of the time is to just go around the wall or just wait for it to expire and fall to the ground altogether. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Torbjorn's Turret. While some may say Torbjorn is like a Bastion and that he's an easy counter, I'd have to disagree. While one Torbjorn may not be a huge problem, it's when teams start to stack the little Swedish dwarf that it becomes a very annoying and troublesome thing to deal with. With the turret itself having an instant target accusation, damage without drop-off, and what seems like infinite range, there's no wonder why the Overwatch community is slowly starting to realize how powerful Torbjorn truly is. I'm planning on making a full video discussing my thoughts on Torbjorn and the issues he brings to the game, but I won't go too deep into it now because I'll probably go off on a super long rant, and that's not really what this video is about. The best counter to Torbjorn's turn is to snipe it from afar with a Widowmaker or Hanzo. While it may not seem like it, the turret does have a maximum range, and if you can get a decent line of sight on it without exposing yourself too much, you should make quick work of it. Another reliable counter is the likes of a Winston or a Reinhardt, but to counter the turret with those heroes, you need a decent team with some form of communication to be successful most of the time. Well, there you have it. 5 of the most annoying abilities in Overwatch and how to avoid them. I hope this video was able to give you some knowledge on how to have a bit of a better experience while playing Overwatch, or at the very least entertain you. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, farewell.